Jeff Buckley met his father's ghost in a church. He had spent most of his life preparing for that moment without even knowing it would come. Tim Buckley left when Jeff was a baby and chose the road, the life of a troubadour. Basically everything that didn't have a child in it. Jeff grew up with his mother and his stepfather Ron Moorhead, and Tim was just a name on a record sleeve. But Tim did sing about them. In 1967, he recorded I Never Asked to Be Your Mountain. The song shifts between voices, Tim's and the mother's, and something close to the child's, all tangled together. He imagines the boy wrapped in bitter tales and heartache. The mother tells their son his scoundrel father flies with dancers, and through it all, the refrain, he never asked to be their mountain, he never asked to fly. Then at the very end, he begs them to come home, as if he still could. He wants to be sorry, but he also wants to be free. A father whose deepest thoughts about his son were pressed into vinyl instead of spoken at the dinner table. A year later, Tim stands on the stage at the Queen Elizabeth Hall in London and sings Dream Letter. He pictures Mary and their boy, asks if his son is a soldier or a dreamer, and he wonders if he ever thinks about his father. What I would give to hold him, he sings. You can hear that he already knows what he has chosen.
Oh, is he a soldier or is he a dreamer? Is he mama's little man? Does he help you when he can?
These are love letters to a child, performed for rooms full of strangers. Tim's feelings about his son survive his recordings, and Jeff grew up in the same world as everyone else who owned them. In 1975, Tim dies of a heroin and alcohol overdose, aged just 28. Jeff is 8 years old. They'd seen each other once, 1 week, 2 months before the end.
He decided not to be a father, so just me and my mom. And I saw him once for a week, and then that was 2 months before he crashed on heroin. And in between then there was no contact, and in between the death and the funeral there was no contact, and I guess I missed it, and it always bugged me.
For 16 years, that is all there is. A dead father and 2 songs addressed to a boy who couldn't hear them or understand them. Then someone calls and asks Jeff to come to a church in Brooklyn for a special memorial concert.
They asked me to come. I said no at first, and then I said okay, but I don't want to be billed, and this is not a springboard. This is something really personal.
It's April 1991 in St. Anne's Church in Brooklyn Heights. It's a tribute night for Tim Buckley, and the room is full of musicians and fans who had built their lives around his records. They're here to honor the man who made these songs. Then Jeff walks onto the stage, and he's going to sing the songs back to them.
I never asked to be a mountain, I never asked to fly. Remember when you came to me and told me of this life? You didn't understand my love, you don't know why I tried. And the rain is falling on my day, and I'm the reason why.
Tim sang this as a young man, explaining why he had to leave, and Jeff sings it as the child who was left behind. Jeff sounds like a man who's reading a letter out loud, only to realize that it was addressed to him all along. As a final song of the night, Jeff performs Once I Was. Tim originally sang it about a lover. He asked her if she will ever remember him. But when Jeff sings it on that night, he asks a dead father as a son if he will ever remember him. And he's asking this in a room full of strangers who are there to remember someone else. His guitar string snaps near the end, and so he finishes the song a cappella, just this haunting voice in a church, singing to no one who can answer.
Sometimes I wonder for what do you ever remember me?
Jeff did not go to St. Anne's to honor his father. Or not exactly, at least.
To respect as a fellow artist, because he really wasn't my father. My father was Ron Moorhead.
Tim left him one thing, a voice.
My friend Bill Flanagan wrote this really loving article about me, and I came on the stage and he said he heard Tim Buckley's haunted voice. And if that's the impression I gave to people, it was purely, it's not his voice, and it's not my voice. It's the voice that's been passed down through every man in the family. His father, I found out, sang. He had a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
It's just an Irish thing. You wouldn't understand.
This voice belonged to neither of them. As Jeff explains it, it is older than them both, something that runs through the family like a current, and neither man fully understood where it came from. But Jeff is the one who used it to say what Tim never could. A few years after St. Anne's, he watches a friend stand at the same door Tim once walked through. His friend Chris is talking about leaving his pregnant partner. Jeff had spent his whole life as a child on the other side of that door, so he knew what was waiting there. So he wrote him a song, Dream Brother. Don't be like the one who made me so old. Don't be like the one who left behind his name. 'Cause they're waiting for you like I waited for mine, and nobody ever came. Tim ran away from fatherhood, and Jeff wrote a song telling somebody else to stay.
Don't be like the one who made me so old. Don't be like the one who left behind his name. 'Cause they're waiting for you like I'm waiting for mine. Nobody ever came. Nobody ever came.
Near the end of Dream Brother, Jeff sings about someone asleep in the sand with the ocean washing over. 3 years after he recorded that line, he walked into the river in Memphis, and he never came back. He was 30 years old. His father had been 28. 2 voices, 2 short lives, and between them, if you listen in the right order, 1 conversation.